Welcome to this YouTube demonstration of PBAS, the Professional Billing and Accounting System, Service Pack 8. It may be installed in 32 or 64-bit versions. The 32-bit version runs native on your 32-bit Windows system. The 64-bit version runs under DOSBox and is installed by simply installing the 64-bit setup file you downloaded from the website. There are three things to note when installing and running the PBAS software. First, you should install to the recommended directory. There are batch files in the installation that require the given installation's directories. So you should install to C:\U/PBAS21P. This is shown on the setup screen. Otherwise, your installation won't run correctly and you would have to customize your batch files. Secondly, in the 32-bit version, your printer will work with no intervention. However, in the 64-bit version, two icons, DOS Print On and DOS Print Off, as shown here, will appear in the desktop after installation. If you are using 64-bit, you should click the appropriate icon before and then when done using the program. Remember, that's DOS Print On and DOS Print Off. Finally, if you click the mouse inside the program window, the arrow will disappear. You can remedy the problem by pressing Ctrl F10 if this happens, which I am doing now. And now you see you have the arrow again. You may move the window by putting the arrow on the Windows top bar and moving the window for PBAS. Note also that DOSBox opens several windows when starting the program. If you want, you may minimize these windows while working with the program, as shown. PBAS is a general accounting program. It may be used by many service and inventory businesses. It comes with a demo site, which we shall use to illustrate some program features. So you see, I will enter DEM as a demo site, and 999 as the user ID. Then press F10 and you will be presented to the main menu. Or just press Enter. Note you will be asked to clear some files. Enter Yes if there is no one else on the system.
Here's the main menu of PBAS. As you can see, it does invoicing, inventory, accounts receivable, accounts payable, and general ledger. The menu operates by selecting the letter of the function you want to do. We're going to look at invoicing in this demo. So I press A. The main screen of the invoicing module is the billing entry and work in process screen. This lets you see the invoices that you are working on and that you may want to add or edit at a later time. To give you an idea of how you move around the screens in PBAS, at the bottom on this screen you can see you have these functions: select last name, phone, company, appointment, quote, and inventory. So if we want to select an existing invoice, we simply press S and then we will press 2 for M. Wilson. This brings up the first page of the invoice, which gives you the client info, the billing address, and some inventory information. On the bottom you see some function keys which let you do different things on this screen. We are going to go to page down and look at M. Wilson's line items. As you can see, you have the code, description, quantity, unit, rate, and extended, the typical invoice items. You move up and down the lines by using the up and down arrow keys. If you want to go to the right, you just press enter and you can go through each line item. Here I press up arrow, it goes there. Here I press down arrow, it goes there. And now I press page down. If I press F2 for other, it brings up another submenu, and F2 again for history. We can look at previous invoices from this customer. By pressing enter on a highlighted item, you can bring up a previous invoice. If you want to print that invoice, you press F7, scroll, up, down. We're going to zip back to the main invoice. And then we're going to press F10, which brings us back to the main menu. Now we could select that invoice and go back, and we could alter it if we want. Now let's create a new invoice. We press L for last name, and we're going to choose James Taylor. So you put in the first three letters, and there's James Taylor, number 1. Then we press enter, and it brings up a new invoice with the blank first page, except for the previous information which was in the system. Operator is Ben. Reference is 123. Comment is new invoice. And then we can just scroll through this. And then it's improved by James. Now I'm going to press page down, and we're going to create an invoice. We will put in the code sales, and we're going to sell some headphones. And the quantity is 1, and the cost is $100. If you want to put a description, you press D, and we can put thank you. If we want to put in a blank line between there, we just press F3, as it shows on the bottom, for insert line, and we put another D. Let's say we want to put in an inventory item. We press F3 for insert line. We can press F5 for lookup, and we will do lookup inventory. And I'll put an A, so anything with an A in it will show up. MP3 player. We put in 1, and there's the MP3 player. So as you can see, even though it's character based, it's very easy to use. Now we're going to we're going to process this, and if we're not done yet, if we want to come back, we can once again select 3 and page down, and we can change this. We can go thank you, hope to see you soon. Now we're done with this invoice, so we're going to press F9 for file. And let's say it's on account. And then we press F10, as it shows on the bottom, to process. You can see how much he has on account, as well as his credit limit. And F10 confirms. We're going to skip, but this you can fill out reminder cards. And we're going to save without printing. And yes. And now we're back to the work in process screens. Now it's also good to note there are 2 other screens on this main screen. One is quote, one is appointment. So you can write up quotes. They're written up the same way as an invoice, but they're in the quote system. And you can run a complete quote. Operator is Ben. Approved by Ben. Sales. 1, each at $200. And F10 will bring you back to quotes. Now if you want to convert the quote to an invoice, you press V in 1. Convert this quote to an active invoice, yes. And now we have an invoice. We could have left it as a quote and it would stay there for as long as we like. And you're also able to make appointments. So we're going to make an appointment for Taylor. So we put T-A-Y. And we're going to make an appointment. So we press 1 and then F6. And we're making an appointment for 12 p.m. And it has some information in there already. Estimated hours, let's say 1 hour. And comment is will be in late. And we're going to put in new customer so that you have information about him. And then we process. So here's the appointments. So as you can see, PBAS is very easy to use and it has many powerful features. There are a lot of features which I haven't shown you that you can look at by downloading the program and working with it yourself. Thank you very much.